Hey, recording is in progress. I'm Ashlyn from BootyFit, and Zoe has kindly joined me from Aberdeenshire this evening. That's pronounced correctly, isn't it?
That's correct, Aberdeenshire, but not a very Scottish accent. So,
no. And as I said, I was relieved to hear that, just because I struggle with really strong accents. So Zoe, we're obviously putting these videos together to help females over 40 have greater confidence that weight loss, it can be achievable. Can you start by letting us know, firstly, how old are you?
I'm 51.
51, okay.
Yeah.
And you started to tell me a story of what motivated you to join us initially. What were you saying about your...
Well, a couple of reasons. I work in healthcare, so you sort of really should practice what you preach. But also, Mum, she's had heart issues and lots of heart operations, and this all started when she was 50. So I was just determined that I needed to try and do everything that I could to try and keep the weight down, to hopefully give me a better, healthier life moving forward.
Okay. And had you tried other ways to lose weight prior to working with BootyFit then?
Oh, over the years, tried all sorts, and Slim Fast shakes and the Weight Watchers, and lost weight, but it was always the struggle to keep it off. And you go in once a week and get weighed, and you'd sit for half an hour and listen to the talk and have a chat, but that was it. You were kind of left to yourself afterwards, so it was on your own back to try and keep up with everything. But I just find that you get so much more support with you guys.
Okay, so obviously we're going to come on to this in a minute. You're doing extremely well on our plan, but do you think, and you've got to answer me honestly now, do you think the weight you've lost will stay off, or are you scared that it's going to be like other food plans that you've done where the weight's gone back on over time?
No, my mindset's completely changed. I'm not hungry, eating healthier foods. I've just not long got back off holiday, which was a pre-COVID one, like so many, and it was a 2-week all-inclusive, and I made the most of that. But I knew that that was enough, and I've come back, and I put a few pounds on, but it just doesn't feel right. So it's just getting back into the swing of it. And I don't call it a diet. Even my husband, it's a healthier eating plan.
And that's exactly what I always try and say, because diets to me is short-term weight loss, whereas this is meant to be a sustainable way to lose weight. Okay, so are you saying tell me the reasons why you're not going to put the weight on? You said that you've got to change your mindset.
I've just spent a fortune on a pile of new bras that I've lost weight and chucked the other ones out, so I can't afford to put weight back on. But no, I feel much more confident. People at work are commenting just how well I look, and more confidence. I've got more energy. Going on holiday, as I say, just walking around the walls in Dubrovnik. Before, I'd sort of be and sitting down, and you carry on, I'll catch you up. And I was ahead of the rest of them, and like, come on. And it just felt wonderful. So and again, clothes that I bought for holiday 2 years ago in the sale that I'd never worn, and got them out to go on holiday, and they were 2 sizes too big, so I had to go shopping again. So I don't want to go back to all that bigger clothes. So
okay. And you know what, obviously we try and encourage people to exercise on our plan, whereas I know like more conventional diets don't. Do you think that helps with some of the sustainability? Definitely.
I think just having the group, and you're doing step challenges, and exercise, and the HIIT, and it's everybody does it at their own level, but just that extra boost to sort of get the exercise in, and that obviously helps with the weight loss, but also your mindset and just feeling better, and able to do more, because I've lost weight and I'm noticing that I can manage to do a bit more, go a bit further, not have the achy knees and joints. So definitely a bonus.
Brilliant. Okay, and before you joined, did you have, like, loads of people are really apprehensive about joining a diet? Did you have any apprehensions at all?
I wondered how it fit in with sort of work and the family.
Shifts?
Sorry?
Do you work shift work or not?
No, but part-time, but different days, and it can be here, there and everywhere, so it's not always set hours. And just how I'd fit it in with work, and sort of some days you get a lunch break, some days you don't, and whatever. But no, I find it having the plan, having the choices of meals. There's something for everybody, whether you like your meat, your fish, your vegetables. Trying it, writing it down, having a calendar, a plan that you put on the fridge so the rest of the family know what you're having. But I actually find even the family, you know, I'm not cooking lots of separate meals. I can adapt them. I can add a bit of pasta for the family if they want it, where I'm having courgette or something instead. Yeah. And just love it. And if it actually saves you time because you're batch cooking, so you can actually put portion meals up even if the rest of the family aren't having them, and freeze them. Or you know, you can think, well, I'll have that today, I'll have that later in the week, so you're not actually wasting food. And so
do you know what, Zoe? I always say this, when you first start following the plan, it seems time consuming because people aren't used to putting a plan together.
It is different, and you've got to get your head around it. But once you know, get that first week out the way, and you kind of know what you're doing a little bit, it saves time, money and energy in sort of the long run.
Yeah, and I always say that when you get in the swing, like Shelley and I, so boring, but we know exactly what we're eating for breakfast, lunch and dinner all this week. So it saves so much time and so much money by planning in advance.
That's when you come in, and some days you'd be organised before, but others you'd be coming from work, you're hungry, you've got the fridge open and you're munching while you're thinking, what are we going to have for tea tonight? So that's sort of, that's stopped. It's or open the cupboard and the biscuits, or a piece of toast while you're looking at what you're having. So it saved things like that as well, and just being so much more organised. And even if, you know, I wasn't home and sometimes it was on the fridge, husband or daughter had actually started cooking because they knew what, you know, I've got a folder with all the meals in and the recipes. Everybody's mucked in. So actually, you know, I was a bit apprehensive about, I'm going to be doing lots of different meals for different members of the family. Yes, the odd night, but on the whole, we all sort of managed to eat with some adaptations maybe for them, but eat the same meals.
Brilliant. And I always say that this is maybe a personal taste, but I've eaten out. I was just saying over dinner, I've eaten out 5 times over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like I was away up in Chester, I've been away for the weekend in London, and 90% of my meals that I ate out were horrible compared to the food I eat at home. Like, I prefer BootyFit meals to the majority of restaurant food these days.
Because everything's fresh, and from, you know, you're adding your own herbs and spices, and you know, it isn't bland, it isn't, but yeah, definitely prefer. And just taste has changed as well. I used to have quite a sweet tooth, and I'd always have like berries with a fruity yogurt, and I actually ran out of Greek yogurt the other day, or natural yogurt, and I thought, there's one in the fridge, I'll just have it. And it was so sweet, I just did not like it, and yet we'd had that all the time before, so definitely have changed.
Okay, and then the $1 million question, you were saying that, you know, you've got compliments at work, you feel so much better, you know, you're doing more, you're exercising more, but how long have you been in the weight loss club for, and how much weight and inches have you lost?
I joined in January of this year.
6 months?
6 months, yeah. We're into July now. So I've lost 3 stone. Put a little bit back on with holidays, so that's work in progress to get back again, and 18 inches, but just different shape, and just feel so much better all over. Smile
when you say that. Like,
thank you.
Stone is what weight? Oh, I don't know where that ring's coming from. 3 stone is a hell of a lot of weight to lose, and as I say, Zoe, I normally spend my days talking to females over 40 that find it impossible to lose weight, and they think it doesn't exist and diets don't work over a certain age, and you're obviously living proof that they do, right? The last thing I need to ask you, just to help other people, and you've got to be honest with this answer, has the experience so far to lose 3 stone, has it been hell on earth?
No. The first week was hard, and I'm a big coffee drinker, or was a big coffee drinker, so the headache and the getting your head around all this new planning, it wasn't easy. still have a couple of cups of coffee a day now. I used to have about 8 to 10, so that's changed. A lot more water, and I'm not missing it. I generally would have, we have high-low days, so while you're on the 21-day challenge, you concentrate on those. But then generally do sort of like an 80-20 split. So in the week, I have my high-low days, and I'm, you know, and then at the weekends, I'll make sure I'm getting some exercise in. I have a couple of low choices maybe on a Saturday, and then I'll have a bag of crisps or chocolate and a couple of 3 glasses of wine on a Saturday night and not feel guilty about it. Before it would have been a big bag of crisps and maybe a large bar of chocolate. And now it's in the mindset, well, I just have a small pack of crisps or I buy the little bars of chocolate. So I'm still getting but I'm not pigging out like I was before. So I'm not denying myself anything. And it's not a hardship. It's just become a way of life.
Brilliant. Zoe, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to stop pressing record and say goodbye to you right now. Okay, hold on one second.